Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today I'm going to show you all my favorite spot, or as far as the only spot that you will be 100% inaccessible to any bot. I mean, no matter what difficulty it is. Now, this is only available in two different missions, and that is the evacuate and the rescue mission. So note that on any of these two missions, only these two missions will this work for you, and you must have what we're going to equip is a jetpack, as well as any other stratagems of your choice. I preferably like the cluster as well as the eagle strike. And if you want, you can also equip other things like the anti-material rifle or any other special weapon to try to like knock some bugs out. Not bugs, I play that too much. Bots out. And not only that, especially because we're in the middle of a really crazy major order at the time of this recording, and well, we have to kill some bots, and it's not really fun to always die all the time, especially with the amount of bots and spawns they're doing. So here right off the bat, we're just going to get our jetpack and then literally just jetpack right up the front door. Now, this spot has been in plain view the whole time, but once this finishes uploading again, we're going to jump up one more time and get actually on top of this building. And now no one, not even their cousin Tom, Dick, or Harry, no bot will be able to fly up here. You are pretty much 100% safe. Now, there is one like very remote exception, which has only happened like 4 times for me, and that's when a strider is on top of all of the bots and actually is able to crawl up on top of this place. Now, it's super rare, but I literally play this a very shit ton much, so that's why it's happened to me. And that's why a lot of the shit that happens to me because I play it a lot. Like, I have, I think, like over 300 hours in this game right now, so that tells you anything. But yeah, basically up here we're just using the Scorcher and just really taking out a lot of the small guys, because we're just trying to really, just rack up as many kills as possible with this. And now we're also, meanwhile, while we're up here, we're not really doing too much engaging because we are waiting for all of the bot drops to have all the bots come right up to the side of this place, because you will run out of ammo really damn fast if you just try to kill them all as they spawn in. So we're just going to pull them all up in front of us and then throw in our kill streaks. So that's pretty much really the hang of all of this. I really never even discovered this until one day when I was doing I think it was like the world's first solo evacuation of all 50, and this was before they removed the actual mission because of the difficulty on it, as far as to fix it. So that's pretty much how I discovered this, because before I even found the way of just looping them around the map, I actually was like, well, what if I just went on top of this place and then just killed them all, and then before the bots spawn in again, go ahead and hit all 3 doors. Well, I only got, I think, to like 38 doing it this type of method. So I mean, this is what will pretty much work. I mean, this is one thing I thought, well, I've been using it myself as far as just like to dick around even in public lobbies, because some people just want to like take a break or go AFK, whether it be take a dump or just leave the room. Then I tell them, hey, you get your jetpack or get a jetpack, use my jetpack, and then just jump up here. And so this spot is something that I think is pretty cool, and if you really want to test it out even on the 30 extraction, it's fine. You just won't get nearly the amount of spawns on this, because I mean, this one obviously you get constant bot drops, while the other one you have to do the other 2 objectives before you get to the very final one. And so I was like, well, instead of doing that, what if I just went straight to the final one? So I went straight to the final one, and you don't really get maybe once a bot drop every 7-8 minutes, so it's really negligible if you want to just see how many kills you can go for. So this mission is pretty much for the prime rib when it comes to trying to stack up on bot kills. And so that's what we're pretty much going to do for this video. As you can already tell, we are not going to engage in hitting all 3 of those doors, because I've done that mission, I've been there, done that way too many times. I had put the time in, I did the video. If you want it, I will actually give you a card up on the top right of this video, so you can go ahead and click on it if you want to watch that. But yeah, this one I'm just going to show all of you my favorite little spot. I mean, I've never seen anyone else, even in public lobbies or on the web, even find out you can get up here, because I mean, this was honestly an accidental discovery. So yeah, that's pretty much how we're going to roll with it. And probably the best gun, I think, against the bots would probably just be the sniper rifle. Believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of snipers. I mean, yeah, in multiplayer if I were playing COD, but I haven't played COD in a minute. So yeah, this is actually the best against, oh my god, we have a strider coming in. So you might actually be able to see a strider come on top of this. It's super rare, but I mean, you really have to have a large stack. Like, I think it's like a few tanks at the bottom, then it climbs on top of them and is able to somehow just glitch up here. So not really, I kind of doubt it will happen, so we're just going to play it as we go. But if you want to really like avoid the cannon on the very top, all you have to do is just really just go prone and then just move left and right really slowly, because I mean, it really locks onto you if you're still for like several seconds. Then it's able to go ahead and trigger. So that is pretty much the go-to. So we're going to call in our cluster bombs, get rid of all of the small boys, so that kind of makes our kill streak go up. Because honestly, I've never really used the cluster bombs unless I'm really with a lot of the bugs, because if I want to go for a high kill run with the bugs, like over 1,000 plus, then I pretty much use the cluster, because as you have known, if you have been under a rock when it comes to the game, the bug spawns have been ridiculous. Like, you can just go see on the upload from yesterday on the Juggernaut build, you will see just how many hunters are on there, and napalm is the best for those. But I'm not going to talk about the bugs too much because we're doing a bots mission. But let's see, I do believe, yeah, so all those are out. We do have several tanks at the front. So while we're waiting right now for our stratagems to cool down, we're pretty much trying to plan out where to, I guess, plant them. Because right now we just want to get the most kills we can while being up here on this little save space. So let's see, we got what, 852 left. Yeah, let's just go ahead and try to get some of these out of the way. And watch this. See, epic fail, they can't get up here. So you kind of feel like a bad boy, a badass when you're coming up here, because you're pretty much, I wouldn't say immune, but you're pretty much like safe from them coming at you, which is a big plus. And on another note, while we're up here just, really just trying to rack up some kills, I do, like, as far as, like to update all of you on the Helldiver news. So, like, on the Discord with the Helldivers, I guess the managers and community managers actually have been having a lot of meetings internally and discussions with Pilstead, which is the CEO, when it comes to balancing. And they even did a poll asking people, hey, what is your thoughts on the war bond? And what I saw, it was like, I think 1% said, oh yeah, it's great. But the other selections were 3 other ones that were saying, okay, but, and then the very last selection was, no, I don't like it. And that was pretty much the majority by a landslide. And as far as like PR really goes with a bunch of those things, you really would not want to put it's okay, but, because each of the choices were like, will delay the war bond and work more on glitches, or delay the war bond and just focus on balancing. Like, there's other things on it, but the fact the majority of the people said they didn't like it really speaks volumes to really tell them, hey, stop gutting all of the guns and start focusing more on quality of life, start focusing more on just things that make it just fun to play. Because, like, as this one saying is, if I would bring my car in for them to fix and it had one flat tire, they would literally deflate the other 3. All right, that's pretty much the logic when it comes to having a decent gun in this game. Like, probably the one I think that really pissed a lot of people off the most would have to be the Eruptor being nerfed. Like, that one, oof. I'm not gonna lie, the railgun at the very beginning of the game, like when it first released, that was definitely needed. That's understandable. But doing things like the Eruptor, that boy was done so bad. And even like the Quasar cannon, that one did not, in my opinion, deserve to have an extra 6 or 7 seconds. So right now it's like 20 seconds in between shots. So that's a pain in the ass. And so even if you want to like equip multiple ones and you just fire them off and then drop them, fire them off and then drop them, you still have to wait, even if you shoot one and swap to the others. So by the time you cycle back around, you're still waiting. But I mean, not really too many people use the Quasar cannon, believe it or not. A lot of them like to just go with the eat, or just go other things that they can just readily destroy. But I'm a big fan of infinite ammo, so that's why I typically like to run that, especially with the bugs. But it is a good thing just to see the CEO actually agree with the public or the people that engage with the community, because it's really rare to find someone that's a CEO of a big company like Arrowhead, well, it's getting big, like Arrowhead that really takes value, takes an ear and listens to people when it comes to the game, because essentially these developers and these companies would be nothing without the players, and so the fact he's listening is great. But obviously there's this one thing called you have to walk the walk. No, you have to talk the talk. But well, how does it go? You have to, if you talk the talk, see if you can walk the walk. So that's what we're really all just hoping, because Pillstead has always been on top of everything when it comes to talking about balancing and saying how it's actually trash what the developers and balancing team has been doing. So I mean, seeing him agree with us is one thing, but also seeing it actually happen is a completely different beast. So fingers crossed, because it's just it's kind of frustrating, especially because like when you take away the quality of the guns but increase the amount of enemies and the spawn rates, that just makes it much more difficult and not really feasible for all players, because I think it was like 70%, 80% of players haven't even upgraded their ship modules to the max. So if that tells you anything, like that tells you the skill level and experience of a lot of just majority of the player base, the casual players. So yeah, I can't even imagine just starting out on this game and then just facing weak guns as well as having that much spawns. Like, I play this game a ton, hence why I make a ton of videos on it, and it's still challenging at times, but I couldn't imagine as far as being a very new beginner player when it comes to this game and seeing all of these nuances and stuff that are down. So it's in a rough rocky patch, and even what was it? I think I read that it was actually Steam that is on when it comes to, I guess, unblacklisting all of these countries that still aren't able to do the game. Because I originally thought it was Sony because of I guess how it works legally, but actually it's up to Steam. So everyone's still curious as to when Steam will lift it, which in my opinion is kind of trash when you're having the game, you already paid for it, and you still can't play it. So that's another whole thing too. And even the major order, so right now we have a major order at the time of this recording, we have a major order that is on, I think we have to kill like several billion bots, and it's a lot. But I think one thing that would actually bring a lot of players back that haven't really come back in a little bit is, in my opinion, one, adding a more diversity, when it comes to planets. Because doing all these major orders and fluctuating around the same several planets, like 8 or 9 different planets, I mean, it's great, but it kind of gets repetitive. So if they would just add, I don't care if it's just different colors, like an all green an all green planet, or even just have like legit acid rain that comes out of the sky, or a planet where you have flying bugs that shoot bile out of it, or just something very exotic and different. Because that's one thing that is really, I guess, tough on like a company, is to just keep it fresh. And when you try to keep it fresh, that can be either a good thing or a bad thing. And it's been a bad thing when it comes to the war bonds. So it's one thing to say it, another thing to actually see it. And I also do want to note, so I am going back to practicing law when it comes to starting next week. So if you guys do see a decrease, like not 7 shorts and 7 long form a week, just know that I am back to practicing law. So I will try to do, or I promise to do, I'd say about 3 videos a week. So 1 every other day. That way I can still have time to just come home and still be able to, record some quality content. Because I don't want to be, just spamming you guys with just bullshit, because no one likes to see bullshit. No one likes to see things that really aren't interesting. And I do like to upload things when it comes to like crazy challenges and things that you will not see other channels do. So yeah, you'll see, obviously you have a bunch of channels that like doing super high kill games, which, don't get me wrong, high kill games are cool. But it just, I don't know, it just gets repetitive. You kind of just don't care about doing the objectives. You're just more focused on just, I mean, yeah, it's a killing game, but they're just killing things all the time. It's something everyone does, so it's like having a different motive for it. So like doing crazy challenges or just doing some really cool builds and stuff that I experiment with that I personally believe is helpful, that I like to kind of share over to you guys, because it's things that you guys can implement when you all play. So, because it's not like every day you see a casual player just wanting to drop 1,000, plus kills on a game. So using builds and stuff and strategies that I personally find helpful, that I believe like someone can readily pick up, to me is a little bit more useful when it comes in the short term as well as the long term. So that's just another point I was going to make on that. But as you see on the map, we are just looking around as to where most of them are at. And we do have, what, 23 seconds left. So right now we're just going to spam all of these kill streaks and just really just snag up as many as we can. So it's what, 19 on there. And we do have a good bit of little boys coming around. But we are going to try to do this. Let me think. Nah, we're going to try, actually, we're going to go for a no death. I didn't even realize we haven't died yet. We're at the 5. Oh my god, what's going on? Sometimes the Pelican does fly out of here and your player actually does fly out of the map. So hopefully it doesn't take off. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, I was kind of thinking, oh shit, we might actually lose this game. Alright. So we have, what, a minute 41. So really now we're just trying to play it safe because, hell, we're actually flawless on this. Which sometimes you're not always going to be flawless when you do this, because if you have those striders that come around and they manage to actually do lock on you, or a tank shoots the side of this building, the what's it called, the explosion, the impact will actually knock you off of this. So that's why sometimes you actually might die on this. I have died a million times even just being up here. So but as a general rule though, you are not accessible to any of the bots when you are up here. As you saw earlier in this game, one of the bots with the jetpack, they just flew up to the side and just went straight down like a raindrop on the windshield. So it's a really good thing to see. And even with the strider, so those guys really can't touch you at all, other than the cannon on top if you're just absolutely still. But the only time the little cannons under the head of it can really get to you, or if like it climbs on top of like 1, 2, 3 tanks, and then it's actually somehow able to glitch up here. Because it's done it about 4 times, so I'm not going to put it past it to be a 5th. Maybe this video, maybe not. But I'm just giving you guys a little bit of notice when you do try this. Let's see, we have, what, 27 seconds left. I am honestly curious if when we do this jetpack and we do fly up, if we're going to be shot down like Skeet. Because like several times I have flown up off a cliff or off of a building with a jetpack, and instantly I am just shot as if they're just watching the whole time and knew I was going to jump off. So I'm really kind of worried and a little bit stressed because like, oh my god, what's going to happen? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to fly off of this and we're just going to Forrest Gump it. And I just started flying. We're going to just do exactly that. All right. All right. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. No procrastinating. Ready? Let's go! Ah! Holy shit. Okay. Bob weave, Bob weave. Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh my god, I call the lasers. Stem up. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, we made it. Oh my god. Look at all those bots, bro. Shit. Well, and this is here you have it. This is my pretty much safe spot. This is my little AFK if I want to just go and shoot the shit. This is it. This is the one spot you will never be touched by bugs, as far as like, besides the couple exceptions I mentioned earlier, but it's the only spot from the bugs you're actually safe from. So, and I wouldn't call it a glitch either, because you really can just fly up with a jetpack. So it's not like you have to do something like we do with a grenade glitch. This one you literally just fly up there. It's nothing bad, so don't think it's a glitch, because it's not. Even if it was, it's not going to hurt you or anyway. This is just another way of just playing the game and just flying up on things. But whew, we did it. I really wonder what our kill thing is, because I think like an eradicate it's like 300. So we got over 300, that will actually be a plus. So let's see what we got. And we did no deaths, which is actually kind of damn impressive, I'm not gonna lie. But we did it. Didn't even go for it, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what we got. 334. There we go. Shots fired, accidentals, stratagems only 5, 1.6 kilometers. But there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.